Hey, what's up? I'm Rollercoaster Rider,
Hi, and I'm Kay.
and we're reviewing one of my favorite Jessie episodes, Season 1, Episode 13, entitled The Princess and the Pea-Brain.
Ah,
It starts with, the group, with the exception of, just,
the exception of who?
with the exception of the butler, what's his name? Bertram.
Bertram.
Yeah, sorry. I was having, who's this, Billings? I don't know. Um, I'm not gonna edit any of that. Coming home from, a fair or a carnival or something, where they just saw a magic trick where where the magician pulled a coin out of Jessie's nose, and then she sneezed, and then a bunch of money came out.
Yeah.
Which, in October, November, and December, we'd probably be living on a yacht. And then, Tony tries, I guess, to... This was in Season 1, where Tony was trying to...
Ask Jessie out for a date.
Yeah.
And he needed a little help.
And as you can tell, Zuri was very for those two getting together.
Yes.
But then this dude on a motorcycle, Brody, comes by. And asks...
He has some roses for his grandmother who lives in the penthouse. Who was it? Chesterfield? No. Mrs. Billings. Who was his grandmother?
His grandmother. Anyway.
Okay. So he was bringing flowers for his grandmother.
Mm-hmm. Let me look to see. Hinton?
Oh.
Anyway, so he asks Jessie out on a date. Jessie says yes, but Zuri tries to stop it by having Jessie read her a bedtime story.
Right, because she always reads her story.
At 8 o'clock when her date will
or
be
7
at 7.
o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Oh. I thought it was... Okay.
The date
The
is at
date
7.
was at 8:30.
No, the date was at 7.
Oh, but I thought she asked him to push it back so she could do the story with Zuri.
No, she said maybe Horton can hear that who a little faster tonight.
Oh, got it. Sorry, my fault.
Then, well, the kind of very minor subplot, although it gets brought up sparingly, is that Bertram is doing a roast for Mr. Penningsworth.
Yeah, another butler.
Yeah, the Butler Association, and
He's trying to come up with funny material.
We're not going to say what a roast is. So, we're especially not going to tell you to Google them because, if depending on the audience for this show and maybe my channel, maybe they shouldn't know that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, one kind of roast is baking in the oven, or roasting in the oven.
Yeah, that's not the kind of roast they're talking about. Although that's what Zuri thought they were talking about.
Yep.
So then, Zuri decides to tell Jessie a bedtime story, which then kind of leads into a medieval. Well, I'll say it, a medieval times like alternate reality.
Yep.
Which had a lot of current jokes, but they were done back then. There's jokes about tweeting, there's jokes about Facebook. There's one thing where Emma's upset that she doesn't have unlimited pigeons.
Right.
And so Jessie says, "You're gonna have to write on the wall." And one of them is went out with Earl of Sandwich. Soup's cute.
And she said, "Earl of Sandwich is available. Oh my God, I'm going to go ask him out for lunch or something."
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him out for lunch. And then Tony comes by and
he's a peasant.
Yeah, he says, "Epaulets, I just invented them." and this metal thing zzz, that replaces buttons. I call it a microwave. So then, what's his name? So then Brody comes by as Prince Smarming.
Yes.
And is like, "Hey, I've got tickets maybe I should participate in the. I'm not going to participate in the joust today, but I have tickets to it.
No, she asked him if he was going to fight the dragon.
Yeah, for the joust.
No, the joust was separate.
Oh, okay.
Fight the dragon that was in town.
And there's another pop culture joke where she said, I heard the halftime act is my Lady Gaga."
Yep. He said he was getting fitted for armor or something.
Mm-hmm. And he had back pit passes.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a few backstage back pit passes?
I don't know if I did or not.
I don't know
We
about
had
me
meet
either.
and greets, but
Yeah, same here. Luke is playing like one of the assistants to Prince Smarming.
yeah.
And then he decides to go. So then Tony decides to go to Ravnik the Weird that he found on Merlin's list.
Yeah. So he could do a spell to make him irresistible because he's fallen in love with the princess, but she's in love with Prince Harming or
Smarming. Smarming. Say it.
Smarming.
Yeah. And Tony's stuck in ye old friend zone.
Yeah.
And then Ravi, he says, what do you want, name brand or generic? I shovel manure for a living. Generic it is. And then he kind of sets a dude on fire, which he kind of feels bad because he was just trying to give him his last paycheck.
Yeah. Firing him and yep.
And let's not say what he turns him into to make him irresistible.
Right, but you could say the side effects like the pharmaceutical commercials.
Headache, dry mouth, stuffiness, and death. Wait, death? It only...
Only if you've taken it on an empty stomach.
I haven't eaten in 2 weeks, unless dirt counts. We will hope for the best. And then, when he changes him back... Again, we're not going to say what he changes him into because this is one of my favorite episodes and I want you to watch.
Yeah.
He says, you'll just have to partake in the joust.
The
Chicks dig jocks.
Yeah.
So either you'll win her or you'll be eaten. Either way, pay me first.
Yeah. Here's my bill. Ripped it out of the spiral.
So then, it kind of goes back to the present day, or it kind of goes back to not story time, where Zuri is like talking about the story, and Jesse's like, this story is fascinating and remarkably detailed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to miss my date or my youth.
And then Zuri says, "Oh, I forgot where I was. Once upon a time."
The joust. We're getting to the joust.
Oh, yes.
And we didn't plan that. That's actually how it was. So then the jousting has begun with one of Zuri's imaginary friends as a ring girl. You don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, I'll say it. Millie the Mermaid.
Oh, okay. And Jessie was like, "Why is she here?"
She has to make ends meet. Don't judge her.
She's trying to make extra sand dollars.
And then we said Bertram was like was roasting one of his co-workers. So in this, he plays like a jester.
Yep.
Not a very good one.
Nope.
And then it was time for the joust, and
Main event.
And so
Because the first event scrambled somebody or cracked them up.
Should we say who it was? Okay.
No, we can let it go. They're gonna watch it anyway.
That's right. There are more Twitter jokes.
Yeah, they're gonna watch it anyway. So
go tweet this. Ah, man, another dropped call.
yeah.
It's not polite to tweet in public.
Right.
Obviously, a lot of people haven't seen this episode then.
Right.
And some shouldn't tweet at all. But anyway.
So after Humpty Dumpty or whatever.
Yeah. You kind of spoiled it, but yeah.
And then they have the main event.
Mm-hmm.
So Prince
Smarmy.
against
the fire monster?
the peasant.
Oh, but they both go up against the fire monster.
No.
Or the dragon.
No. After the joust.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And he says, "Oh, he didn't even get me."
And then everything just falls apart.
Yeah. He's in t-shirt and undergarments.
Isn't he wearing like unicorn boxers or something?
Yeah, I think that's what Jessie said.
And I like it in shows when like the adult lady, the adult woman is like covering up the younger girl's eyes, but she pulls it down anyway.
And then
he goes up against the wizard.
The dragon comes.
The dragon.
The dragon comes.
Which is Mr. Kipling.
Yeah. And then Prince, he
gets scared.
Yes, he gets scared and tries to run away, and Luke following him, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then Tony comes up with an idea, but it doesn't.
Has a soccer ball.
Yeah, it doesn't involve like the
joust.
Yeah.
Or the pointy thing, pointy wood thing that you use for jousting.
We don't know what that is, and we're sorry. So then he says, "I've got a plan, and if it doesn't work, I hope I give him indigestion." So he throws the soccer ball, and then Mr. Kipling runs away with it. And it's like, he just wanted to play catch.
Yep. Oh, you're so whatever.
And then Jessie gives him a slightly used hanky.
But she decides she's going to wash it first.
Yeah. And then it's revealed that Brody isn't necessarily a great date boyfriend potential.
Yep.
We're not going to say what happens, but it involves.
It's announced to the whole house.
Yeah, because Bertram decides to put it on speaker.
Yep.
And we're not going to say why, but we are going to say it involves a girl that whips her hair back and forth. The end. And so Jessie's like...
You're going to leave it like that?
Yeah. And so Jessie's like...
She asks him to leave.
No, she says... I'll be okay, right after I go medieval on Prince Smarming's butt.
Yeah.
And then Tony kind of sticks up for Jessie, talking about how Jessie deserves better, and Brody's essentially moldy lasagna.
Yeah. Where do you get that? The cheese, I guess, gets moldy, and the noodles, and I don't know. Tomato sauce.
I don't know, but I kind of don't want to see moldy lasagna or moldy food.
Yeah. Me neither.
Call me high class, but I don't want to see that.
Okay. Moving on.
So then there's So then obviously Jessie kicks him out, and there's a pretty funny going away present for him.
Oh yeah.
And then there's
You have to watch closely.
And then there's a funny bit at the very end involving the Juster.
Oh yeah.
Bertram.
Yep.
That's all we're gonna say. So, can you see why this is one of my favorite episodes?
I think I can. You like magic.
I like it when shows tend to either go into the past or go into the future, and they reference modern things.
Okay.
Like my Lady Gaga, I'm only getting one beak.
Oh yeah, with the pigeon.
Your carryover plan was 15 pigeons a month. Well, I wanted unlimited, but no!
Too costly.
And then it's like, do you want name brand or generic?
Yep.
You know what? You know what? I should invent a place where I should
A clean room.
Yeah, a square room where water gets poured on you. I should call it a toaster.
Yeah. A shower.
And Jessie
a zipper.
And
the only thing he got right was the epaulets.
Yeah, and Jessie's like, don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
So, I've said a bunch of my favorite one-liners. Do you have a favorite one-liner?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think we pretty much covered them.
Okay. Who was this episode's MVP?
Okay. Towards the end, when the prince was leaving, how Luke wanted to take a ride in the private jet or whatever, and Emma started hitting him and said, "Wake up!
Snap out of it!"
That's from Moonlighting, or whatever that one show was with Cher and Nicolas Cage.
You mean Bruce Willis?
No. Anyway, I'll have him look it up on Google. I don't think
Nicolas Cage had a TV show.
It wasn't a TV show. Anyway, that's another story. I'll have him Google it. So.
Who was this episode's MVP?
Probably it had to be Jessie.
Jessie or maybe Zuri?
Yeah, because Zuri was trying very hard for Jessie not to go out with the prince.
And she was the narrator.
Yeah. For
this incredibly detailed story. Would you tell people to watch the episode?
Yes.
I would too.
Because it's your favorite.
I think it works as a standalone episode, so you don't necessarily have to have seen the other Jessie episodes in order to have gotten this one.
Yep. Very true.
And if you've seen the previous ones, then it helps with the jokes, but it's not required.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, we're going to review part 3 and 4 of the Jessie Gets Engaged episodes. Bye.
Bye-bye for now. Take care.